Good morning, General Chat. Tuesday, March 24th, we are recording another Discord Wars first round post-match conversation with two of the illustrious 32 athletes competing in the Discord Wars, which is an international online game of skate tournament with a grand prize of $250 worth of Dogecoin, a weekend stay at Joa Field's apartment, possibly in Hayden's bedroom, possibly in the sofa, possibly by yourself, depending on how Joa plans that out, and other prizes. Hopefully something from our sponsor today, which is Slappy Truck Company. Throughout the entire pandemic, when the world stopped and things were locked down, I started messing with my trucks, says owner and founder Mike Sinclair. I decided to start working designs, and the sampling process began shortly after. I went through so many different versions of the hangers and base plates, experiment with different bushings. Tori Pudwell even wondered, hey man, what are you doing with the bushing height, the hardness, the turning radius, the kingpin polishes, and the list goes on. For over 2 years, Badass Kurt has been riding Slappy trucks, and finally I got the truck to where I really like it. The main thing I wanted in a truck was to have the best grind clearance so Cordano Russell and I could get without messing up the turn that we wanted. I also wanted the truck to be strong, light, and have a classic look and feel. At the end of all this, it's just me trying to create something for Leo Romero to have new with his Slappy trucks. Thank you, Slappy Trucks. Have either of you guys tried Slappy Trucks before?
No.
Yes, I actually just...
But now I want to.
I just stopped skating them. I just got myself a pair of Aces to replace.
So you didn't have a good experience with the Slappy Trucks?
After I had a bad experience with the new Kingpin, but I think that was on me because I didn't buy the brand new truck. I just bought the Kingpin, and when I put it into my base plate, because the threading was fresh, because I took out the old Kingpin, it de-threaded my entire base plate.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I had my hanger fall off, and that was it. That was done.
So Tori Pudwell riding for Slappy Trucks isn't going to sway that?
Oh, it definitely does. I just grabbed Aces because they were at my local skate shop only sells Aces.
Well, today we're sponsored by Slappy Trucks, so we'll be bleeping out that other company you mentioned. But let's get to the real meat and potatoes, as Fusilli Grind says. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes of the podcast, where we just dig in deep to your guys' now iconic match, your first round matchup. You played online. Do one of you guys want to sum up how the match went for us?
I don't know. It was great.
I'd say it was a great match.
Push had a lot of wind to deal with.
I don't know if anyone heard me at all.
We saw you.
That was it, exactly. I was between the wind and I was making sure my phone didn't fall over. Thankfully, I don't think it did the whole time. Yeah, it went pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah, well, we definitely saw you. There's a now iconic profile picture of Pushplanks, and also we saw a lot of dumb data, a lot of a nice red shirt, and a lot of eye contact into the camera from dumb data. You were really giving us those looks.
He had the sick garage vibes going. Tell the man cave energy.
The dungeon, yeah. I mean, I had to look at the camera. I had to look at my phone to see what Pushplanks was doing.
And well, that's my thing. I just set my camera up against a bar because I wasn't sure. Like, I forgot to put my tripod, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know if my face cam's like good enough quality, or because it has like a crack on where my screen protector is." So I just flipped it around, and I was like, "They'll just tell me what he lands. I know they're not gonna lie."
Yeah,
there was good energy from both of you guys on that match. I mean, that was the match that really. That's the match that turned the corner for me and made me. I went all in on the Discord Wars after watching the way you guys the way you guys competed, the vibes you guys put out there, the tricks you guys did, the tricks you guys didn't do. The whole thing just really made me realize that the Discord Wars is something special. It's not just like an online game of Skate, even though it is. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Dumb Data.
Let's go.
Dumb Data, do you have
any...
that's
very touching.
Well, Dumb Data, you as what are you working on right now? Your third or your fourth installment of can you tell the listeners what you do?
Oh yeah, I host a flat ground contest myself. So I'm sure I inspired.
Wait, I need to interrupt. I'm sorry, guys. This is an audio only podcast, but can you explain to the listeners what you're doing right now, Dumb Data?
I'm getting ready to handle some meat.
He's putting on rubber gloves. The white kind, the OG kinds. He doesn't have like the cool black ones that the tattoo guys would use, or the iPhone repairman guy. I like it the old school white ones.
Right.
So you're
latex or nitrile.
You're putting on the rubber gloves to handle. Do you do catering, or is this just how you always do it?
It's how I do it at home. I've gotten picky about seasoning and meat juice on my hands, so.
I could see seasoning. Seasoning makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel bad to the listeners. This should also be for the watchers as well. I'm usually pretty good at keeping the podcast on track, but I'm just the visuals of what Dumb Data is doing right now. I'm fascinated. He's tenderizing the meat.
I told you I had to multitask, man.
Are you tenderizing the meat right now?
I'm peeling the fat off.
What type of meat?
Are we talking pork?
What type of meat are you handling, Dumb Data? What type of meat are you currently handling?
Boneless beef tri-tip roast from Trader Joe's.
There you go.
What was the retail on that?
Probably $7 to $8 for.
It's a good value.
Yeah.
That's a very good value.
Do they have Trader Joe's in Belgium?
No, we don't. So every time I come back to the U.S., I always stock up on certain little supplies that my family likes. The peanut butter pretzels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see and shit like that. Yeah, like there's any of the processed stuff. Nope.
Yeah, they have a good fruit leather type thing that I really like, and then
yeah, those are good.
Some of their teas are good. So, wow, you guys, the voice chat is going nuts. Oh yeah, I didn't mention again to the listeners. This is our third installment of recording live from the 9 Club Discord channel. We currently have 5 members of the Discord in the 9 Club in the voice chat right now. Does anybody else want to say hello to the listeners?
Good afternoon, listeners.
Good afternoon.
That's
Salutations.
That's Gay Bathhouse, everybody. Say hello to Gay Bathhouse.
Gay Bathhouse, what up?
All right.
Good afternoon.
So, Gabe, would you like to? Did you watch the match between Pushplanks and Dumb Data?
Maybe a minute or two of it. I don't recall any details.
It was exciting stuff. It was nail biting, edge of the seat kind of stuff. All right, so Dumb Data, since you won, why don't you tell the listeners how it went down?
It was. I didn't know what to expect heading in, because I've never been in a flat ground contest that was organized this way.
Can you pick the meat up again? Can you show me the meat?
The meat or the fat?
All of it.
All right, so here's the meat.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, are we doing a podcast in here?
Yes, welcome to the Good Morning General Chat podcast. We're currently breaking down the Discord Wars match between Dumb Data, YouTube sensation Dumb Data, and TikTok slop content creator Pushplanks.
Accurate.
Sorry, I'm not. Did I describe you guys decently with those?
Yeah, that's fairly accurate.
Do you agree, Dumb Data?
Sorry, I was distracted by seeing Sigs and Worm pop in. I didn't hear.
I described you to our listeners as a YouTube sensation.
Oh, thank you, Sloan. Yeah, that's That's an overly generous description, but
Well,
I'll take it.
Let's hope you take Apple Podcasts by storm as well.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So summarize it again. Bring us back to that fateful day when you sent Pushplanks to the loser bracket, if there is a loser bracket, the alleged loser bracket.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was all of my doing sending Push to the losers bracket. I think Push had some self-destructive choices by choosing to skate in the 40-mile-plus hour winds where he's at. But I thought it was a good game. Like when it's windy like that, I don't know how Push is going to be able to flip his board. So I feel kind of like, in my atmosphere in a controlled garage, where there's no factors like wind, I had a bit of an unfair advantage in retrospect.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the wind because that reminds me of something. Are you familiar with Steve Rodriguez?
Was he the guy that hosted 1 in a Million one of the seasons?
He was definitely featured in the New York City 1 in a Million.
Yeah.
So Steve Rodriguez is a East Coast New York City kind of skateboarding legend since the 80s. And hopefully future Welcome to the Discord, Good Morning General Chat podcast guest. I've been discussing with him to come on so he can explain the whole new X Games format to us because he is the coach of the New York squad. So,
oh, shit. That'd be actually clutch.
Yeah, so listeners, stay tuned for that. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll be going live from the stage or live from the 9 Club voice chat with Steve Rodriguez, and he'll be answering questions, and he'll be kind of just telling you about his experience with skateboarding, and hopefully, he's not just this guy from the X Games. He's helped. He's got like 30 years of skateboarding industry experience. So get your questions ready. Do a little bit of research if you want to find out what you can ask him. But he one time said, I remember one time we used to have this email group going around in New York, and we, while we were at work or school or whatever, everyone would be emailing and seeing who's going to skate later. And I remember somebody talking about skating after work and whatever, and Steve's response was, "Nah, it's too windy. I'm not skating." And the response was like, "What do you mean? It's just wind. Like, you can skate." And he's like, "Nah, it's going to piss me off. Whenever I skate in the wind, I always think to myself, it might as well just be fucking raining." And,
I thought Mike Carroll said that.
Well, I heard it from Steve Rodriguez in 2001 or 2000 on an email thread. But it seemed pretty poetic, but, maybe Mike Carroll said it as well.
Yeah, they said the exact same quote.
I'll have to go back. I'll have to go find my Hotmail account that I haven't used in 15 years and go find that thread. We'll bring it up with Steve on his episode and see if he stole that from Mike Carroll.
And I will say, to my disclosure, like, regardless or not whether I postponed the game for that day, the couple days after, a week, it was windy. I shit you not, for 3 weeks straight. And at that point, I was like, I just wanted to get it fucking over with and done. Because regardless, like I said, with that day when I pulled up, I knew as soon as the wind happened, I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I checked already the weather app, and I was cooked.
Okay.
It's a desert. It happens.
Did you get that sense, Dumb Data, that Pushplanks was already kind of waving the white flag?
I wouldn't say waving the white flag, just being like, kind of like Push said, like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
I'm like, especially because fuck. Well, where I live, don't get me wrong, I probably could have gone to a parking garage if I had thought about it more. But at that time, I was just like, fuck, I don't want to have to drive 40 minutes because where I live is right on the edge side of town. And I was like, let me just take my chance. I'll go to the skate park. If it works out, it works out. And then when I went there, luckily, I thought I was like, fuck. Unluckily, when I went to the skate park, that's what I plan to do it at, because the ground there is at least good. You know, I was like, maybe the ground will be in my benefit, regardless if it's windy or not. It's because the skate park that I live next to, it's only like a year or two old, so the concrete's crisp. So I was like hoping, I was like, oh, if I go to the skate park, maybe I could just like chill in the half pipe section where the half pipes are blocking me, and I could just put my phone on the table right there, be chilling.
Is anyone listening to this? Is anyone paying any attention to what he's just said?
I was listening.
So without the wind, you would have had the
I'm listening.
Okay.
Without the wind, you would have won. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I didn't flip my board once because I was like, the wind was fucking with me.
No,
What do
you
you
landed a
think,
kickflip.
DG? You think he had you without the wind?
I landed a
You
kickflip
let the
on
wind fuck
defense.
with you. Facts
Yeah,
to the
it got in
Discord
the
for
head. It got in the head.
And that's the new guest. Can you introduce yourself, because you're kind of interrupting?
Yeah, it's me, Mike Sinclair from Slappy Trucks. Throughout the entire pandemic, the world stopped and things were locked down. I started messing with my trucks. And, I decided to start working on designs, and the sampling process began shortly after. I went through so many different versions of the hangers and base plates, experimenting with different bushings, bushing heights, hardnesses, turning radiuses, kingpins, polishes. The list goes on for over 2 years. Finally, I got the truck where I really like it. The main thing I wanted in a truck was to have the best grind clearance I could get without messing up the turn. I also wanted the truck to be strong, light, and have a classic look and feel. At the end of all this, it was just me trying to create something new with Slappy Trucks. That was Mike Sinclair on the podcast.
Wow, Mike Sinclair. As I live and breathe, this is amazing. Thank you so much for joining us in the voice chat, Mike Sinclair. Can you stick around? Would you be down to do your own episode after this?
I don't know if I can really read like that. Oh, episode? No, I'm good.
Well, how'd you decide to put Tori Pudwell on Slappy Trucks? Mike, are you still there?
We lost him.
No.
Mike, I saw Tori Pudwell is on Slappy Trucks now. We have some members of the 9 Club Discord who are wondering about Tori Pudwell skating for Slappy Trucks.
Well, Tori Pudwell will do anything for money. So, it wasn't hard.
So you are paying him?
Well, pennies, but...
Pesos.
Yeah.
Mexican currency.
Yeah, I've got an offshore bank account in Mexico that I pay him with, actually.
Yeah, he's on that Baja bread.
Yeah.
I know how
mostly just a touch right off, but
I know how that goes. All right. Well,
anyways, you should go back to Pushplanks Dumb Data.
Yes, there was also another guest who was in here who was discussing the wind with Pushplanks. Sammybaked, do you want to unmute yourself for a second?
What's up?
Hey, Sammy. You also had a match as well, didn't you?
I did. Just recently.
Do you want to talk about that match?
I lost.
No, stop. You're ruining it for the listeners. Your first match.
Oh, shit. I asked the most recent one. You said yeah.
Oh, man. The listeners.
Okay.
Think about the listeners.
My bad. My first one. My bad.
Wow,
it was great.
The listeners are going to be... You ruined the suspense, the way the rollout of the Discord wars.
That's my bad.
So, okay, well, why don't you tell us about your first match?
I'm just a high bastard.
Why don't you tell us about your first match in the Discord wars? Pushplanks, Dumb Data. Did anyone see Sammybaked's first match?
Yeah, he scared me. He's really good. When I saw his flat game, I was like, oh shit, I think he might win this whole thing. He's got varial healed.
Definitely.
Nollie varial heal.
Yeah, that's I remember now.
How does that feel,
I was
Sammy?
nervous for that one. Sango, I saw that he could front heel, and I thought he was going to pull that on me, and I was very afraid. And we also had to reschedule because we had a match first, and I was doing very bad in that one. He got me 3 letters, I think, and then his phone service ran out.
Ooh.
Oh, so it was a rematch.
Yeah, so we had a rematch, and during the rematch, he did he didn't do a couple of tricks that he got me on, like big spin. I'm very bad at that one. So I was able to kind of run away with it. I did.
So that's great.
A lot of aerials.
So you advanced. Pushplanks did not. Dumb Data advances. Dumb Data, are you nervous about your next match?
Yeah, I think the worst thing I could do is treat my next match like it's not important. So I'm always going to have a little bit of nervous energy, going into my next game.
And what about the other question I had for you, Dumb Data, was do you want to plug what you've got coming to YouTube currently?
Oh yeah, well yeah, I hosted a local flat ground contest that's currently rolling out on YouTube with a bunch of lesser known skaters from near where I live, and the winner will go to like the bigger double elimination contest with a bigger cash prize.
You can be a little more descriptive of what you're doing, because some of my listeners might not be familiar with your event. What's it called?
Yeah, they are. They know who I am.
I don't know. I don't know if they all do. So, that's fine. If you're embarrassed about your little project, that's cool. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, it's on YouTube. Dumb Data YouTube channel. There's games of skate going on right now.
So, do you feel like the Discord Wars is a ripoff of what you've created?
Yeah. To a certain extent.
But you're still a competitor in it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow, Pushplanks, you're glowing today.
Yeah, Pushplanks looks really nice.
All right. So you're a flat ground expert, Dumb Data, correct?
That's I don't know how to answer that, because like what constitutes an expert?
Well, I want to know what are
knowing history.
You know what? Shut up. It's fine. I've got a real expert on the line. Gay Bathhouse, can you give us the current Vegas odds for the next for the Sweet 16 round of the Discord Wars? I don't know if Gabe's available to talk right now.
Oh damn! I didn't realize that I was muted. But I think the action's always going to come in on Joa. I think he's been consistently kind of around kind of plus 200 to win the whole thing.
Plus 200 with Joa.
I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that steam kind of backing down anytime soon.
Well, he was in my contest. He lost both games.
Yeah, but I think this is a.
What's the numbers on Dumb Data?
Plus 650.
Plus 650 on. What about me?
Plus, I think you're around 550. I think you were right around. Around there.
All right. Respect to the elders. All right. Well, if anybody wants to, wager anything on this, we are doing all wagers via Ethereum. So reach out to Gay Bathhouse if you're interested in putting some Ethereum where your mouth is. And with that, Sammybaked, do you have anything else you want to add about your upcoming match in the Sweet 16 round?
I think I already blew it.
All right, we'll get you back on another podcast to talk about that match once we finish this all up.
Come home, Sloan.
Pushplanks, Dumb Data, any last words to the listeners?
Thank you, Pushplanks, for being a good sport. Even though you had shitty conditions, I can't say I would have been.
Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as any excuse to play a game of skate, but fuck wind.
Wait, did you say fuck wind?
Wind.
You said fuck wind.
I want to take this opportunity to call out Double G, who's been stalling his game.
Why are you calling out Winged like that?
I mean, honestly, ever since I saw him in that spaceship, I've been a little jealous that he got to see the stars before I did.
There we go. All right, everybody. Dumb Data, good luck in your next round. Sammybaked, good luck in the next round. Gay Bathhouse,
thank you.
The house always wins. Pushplanks, keep hustling those tech decks. And everybody else, thank you, Mike Sinclair and Slappy Trucks. Blessings to the Tory Pudwell family and his, everyone in the Pudwell family. Big blessings to Grizzly Grip Gang. Put her in the books.